Hi Rockstars, how are you? I went shopping a little while ago with my mum and my best friend at Lakeside in Thurrock. In theory to go wedding dress shopping, and we went to Confetti and Lace, which is the big store that they've got there that they do Say Yes to the Dress UK in, and that was really good fun and we found a really beautiful dress. But we ummed and we ahed about it and we thought we'd go away and kind of have a think about it because it's quite a lot of money. So we went and had a look around the rest of Lakeside and just generally had a sort of a girly day out, which was quite nice. In the end I bought some really nice makeup, and so I thought I'd show it to you and also have a chat about goth makeup and goth makeup do's and don'ts. So that's kind of what this video is going to be about. First of all, we went to Debenhams and we got ourselves some Kat Von T makeup, and they do a colour matching service for foundation, so I really struggle with foundation colours, so I thought I would get colour matched, and this is my colour. It's light 44 cool. And then I've heard about the tattoo liner from like everybody and how amazing it is, so I thought I'd get myself just a plain black tattoo liner in Trooper, so that's that one. And then the day after I went to Debenhams in town here. I saw this really gorgeous Decay Moon Dust of lots and lots of supposedly iridescent sort of eyeshadows here, so I thought I'd go for that. So anyway, I'm going to put them on and we're going to have a bit of a chat about goth makeup do's and don'ts at the same time. So I'm just putting some primer on now, and I thought I'd have a quick chat about my first goth makeup don't. And that is, don't feel like you have to wear makeup in order to be, you know, a proper goth, right? I mean, this is, well, apart from the headband, what I look like day to day, okay? I don't bother wearing makeup. It's just me and my glasses and a band t-shirt and a pair of jeans or a cute dress or a pair of leggings or whatever. And that's just how I am day to day. I don't have to look like it from top to toe just to kind of prove myself to anybody. I am just who I am, and if I'm recognised or not, who cares, you know? If you love to put makeup on every day, if you love to experiment, or you prefer to cover your skin up because you don't like it or whatever, then go ahead, whatever makes you happy. But just don't feel like you absolutely have to wear makeup in order to be a proper goth, because it's not true. It's just not true, okay? So we're going to put some of this foundation on now. So this is what it looks like unopened. Nice big pump bottle. And apparently you only need to use a really, really tiny amount. Literally just apparently a pea-sized amount should be enough. So I've got this and I've got my beauty blender. I'm just going to dot it on my face and then we'll let the beauty blender do its thing. I think I'm going to take my nose stud out just so it doesn't get absolutely covered in makeup. So I got colour matched at the counter and the girls were really nice, and their makeup, oh my god, their makeup was amazing. It was so pretty. It was absolutely perfect, and the foundation just looked so flawless on their skin. I thought, I've got to give this a go. The good thing about having makeup that's kind of really high coverage like this sort of stuff is that if you don't feel like having quite such high coverage on your skin, you can always shear it down with moisturiser or primer, and it makes it last longer as well, so it makes it worth the money. So I'm just pressing it really well into my skin so that it sticks to the primer that I've put on already. So while we're on foundation, let's talk about colour. You don't have to feel like you have to wear white face or anything really, really pale or anything like that to be a goth. You can have any colour skin you like and still be a goth. You can have foundation or no foundation. It's entirely up to you. You're still a goth, right? What you wear and what you've got on your face and everything, it doesn't change who you are inside, does it? It doesn't change the bands that you like. It doesn't change, well, anything really. If you're attracted to the dark side of life and you really enjoy that sort of thing, then, you know, you're a goth no matter what you're wearing, right? I would say though, if you are going to go for a foundation, really create a flawless base. That helps as a really brilliant kind of blank canvas for any makeup effects that you're going to put on top. But yeah, so if you're going to put foundation on, match it to your skin colour, right? Or make it just a tiny bit paler. Don't go super white or anything like that. You don't feel you have to. So I have literally pretty much only brought this eyeshadow with me today. And so I'm going to be doing everything, all my eyes, with this stuff. Look at that gorgeous palette. It's so pretty. It's quite kind of thick and solid. And then inside, you've got the mirror, which I haven't taken the thing off yet, and then the colours. Look at all those amazing colours. Absolutely fantastic, really shimmery. I have to say, because I've been in here already, right, they're not as iridescent as I thought they would be, but they're still really, really beautiful colours, and I love them. I love them all. They're just so bright. They're kind of a bit like the electric palette, but, you know, shiny, sparkly. So the first thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. Let's talk about goth eyebrows. So a lot of people seem to think that, you know, oh, you have to shave your eyebrows off in order to be a goth and then draw them back on with, you know, eyeliner or black Sharpie or whatever. And again, it's not true, right? Don't feel like you have to shave your eyebrows off in order to be a goth. Yeah, you've got some really, really beautiful goths who have eyebrows and some really gorgeous goths who don't have eyebrows, and they all look really, really amazing, you know, whether they've got drawn on eyebrows afterwards or they just leave it completely bare like Goth Make does, for instance. It just, you know, depends on you, depends on your commitment level, whether you can be bothered really drawing the eyebrows on every single time you put makeup on, which I personally can't be bothered with at all. You can have thick eyebrows, like really natural eyebrows, or if you're like me and you spent most of the 90s plucking your eyebrows, you can have pencil thin eyebrows and just live with it, really. And just kind of like draw some colour in afterwards. I am literally just using this palette to do this makeup, so I'm going to go with Vega, which is this dark blue here, and try that on my eyebrows and just see what happens, because it's the closest thing to the colour my hair is at the moment. So let's talk about hair. Right? Don't feel like you have to dye your hair in order to be a proper goth. You don't have to have black hair. You don't have to have coloured hair in order to be a goth. You can be blonde and still be a goth. You can have super curly hair and still be a goth. You can have super short hair or even be bald and still be a goth, right? It has absolutely nothing to do, again, with the way that you look. Whether or not you're a goth is entirely about how you feel inside and about nothing else. You know, it helps to like the same bands as a lot of goths do, because obviously it is a musical culture, but at the end of the day, it's just about how you feel and who you feel you are inside. That's the important thing. Cool, so as you can see, we are using a lot of colour in this look. I'm not going for all black and white or anything like that. So another do for goth makeup is experiment, use different colours. Don't be afraid to try lots of different colours. Don't feel like you have to just go with black and white makeup to look like a goth. You know, you don't always have to wear black lipstick in order to be a goth. The people who have the most amazing outfits and stuff at Whitby are usually the ones who go really all out with their makeup, and often that colour of their makeup matches the colour of their outfits, and they're not all dressed in black, trust me on this. Yes, do experiment with colour, definitely, because you can do all sorts of amazing effects, even if you're just doing the same makeup over and over again, the same style, just with different colours. That works really, really well, and it looks absolutely amazing. So apparently these work best if you put them on with a wet brush. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my NYX Proof It waterproofing eye primer, which hopefully should act as a nice kind of sticky base to put some of this amazing stuff on. Okay, how can I use as many of these colours as possible? Let's start with Magnetic, since it's purple and therefore my favourite colour. I really like this because it's kind of a purpley colour, and it's also got a blue tint to it, so it's got kind of a blue shift on it, and that's really very lovely, pretty colour there. So we're going to put that, I think, on the inner part of my eye. Moment of truth, people. Wow. Yeah, that NYX stuff is really helping. I always struggle to get eyeshadow even. I don't think it helps that my eyes are not even. Let's go with Light Year next. Put that green next to that purple. I think that's going to look really nice. Again, this seems to have a little bit of a blue shift to it as well, which is very pretty. It's kind of a dragon scale green. Another goth makeup do is check out tutorials by other makeup artists. I mean, not even goth makeup artists, but makeup artists in general on YouTube. I'm thinking Nikki tutorials maybe, or oh, what's his name? Yeah, basically anybody who you feel like you could learn from because they're just a really great makeup artist. You don't have to use the same colour as them, but you can use the same techniques. And quite often they'll do videos for, you know, your particular eye shape or how to use a particular product or something like that, and that can be really, really helpful. I have to say I've learned so much from mainstream makeup artists on YouTube, and I've just taken on board what they're saying about how to do a particular thing, and then I've done that particular thing instead of with boring brown eyeshadow, I've done it with, you know, these colours or something similar, and it's really fun just experimenting with those styles. Obviously check out goth YouTubers as well who do makeup. Check out lots of different people. Take some ideas from some and some ideas from another, and in order to make your makeup look like your makeup rather than anybody else's, just kind of combine different styles, different ways of doing things, and make it into your thing that nobody else does in the same way. So I think finally for the outer corner we're going to go with Galaxy, which is, it's quite indescribable really, it's really shifty. So we'll try that on the outer corner and see what happens. Yeah, really nice colour. They're not as iridescent as I was hoping. They are not hollow, but they are very nice. There, so far so good. So now I feel like I should have a colour in the socket. Let's use Granite in the socket, this silver grey here. I think I'm going to go this far, and then I'm going to use Lithium, which is this gold colour on the outside, far outside. But let's do the other side first. Does anyone else get that, where they say a word and then all of a sudden they get a song in their head that's associated with that word? Like when I said hollow earlier, all I could think of was Bad Pollyanna's song Hollow. And then I said Lithium, and of course now I'm thinking of Lithium by Evanescence. Let me know in the comments, do you have that problem? So let's try this gold in the outside. I'm literally going to just end up with every single one of these eyeshadows on my face. Okay, next let's do a highlight. So I'm going to use Spectre, which is this kind of pinky goldy colour, it's very pretty, as my highlight on my brow. Well, that's definitely the most subtle of the colours, I have to say. I mean, I don't have any primer up there, which is possibly making it more subtle, but you don't really see it until you move your head. Let's do concealer next, and powder, and then I'll do under my eyes. I'm going to use a different brush now, I'm going to use this one. And the colour I haven't used is this Element, which is kind of a pinky orange. Again, it's got a kind of a shift colour to it. I'm going to put this one under my eye with a somewhat narrower brush, and really all I'm going to do is just make a huge mess. I love that this colour's called Element. The colours are very Lilu from the Fifth Element, it's great. Right then, I'm just going to put some more Spectre on the inside corner, and then I'm going to get the eyeliner out. I've been searching forever for the perfect eyeliner. It doesn't help that I have hooded eyes, and so, you know, eyeliners transfer, and I find it really difficult to do flicks and stuff like that. So this is really great because it's got such a fine nib, and it's great because you can literally just go from really thick to really thin, flicky sort of thing. So I'm just going to have a go at placing it on my eye and just see what happens. Yeah, considering I'm putting it on over glitter, it's actually going okay. So another goth makeup do is overdraw your eyeshadow and eyeliner and lips and the works. You know, if you feel like going for really massive, major, amazing, dramatic, kind of almost drag-like makeup, just do it. You know, don't be afraid to experiment and try doing that kind of makeup, because it can look really, really cool, especially with goth makeup looks. Of course, if you're rubbish at eyeliner like I am, don't worry about it, just forget the eyeliner. I am literally just going to go around my eye today. I'm not going to do anything dramatic. I think the eyeshadow speaks for itself. Yeah, I've made a right mess there, but never mind. I think another one of the problems that I have doing a wing is that actually this eye kind of curves up more than this one. This one's kind of a little bit straighter. They're not even at all. So every time, you know, everybody says, oh, follow your eye line, just kind of, you know, keep going up. That just, it doesn't work for me. And so I just kind of have to guesstimate it and hope. What do you think? Would you let the Gothic Rock Goddess do your eyeliner? I don't think I would. Okay, I'm just gonna see if I can put a bit more of that Element on top of the eyeliner under here, just to, I don't know, try and remedy my terrible handiwork. But there you go, you see, folks, it's experimentation, it's play, it's seeing what works and what doesn't. And I think that's really important. You know, who wants to just be told that, oh, you have to do makeup one particular way and you have to do it like that every single time, and you have to wear black lipstick and you have to do this and you have to do that. I mean, how boring is that? Having to do the same thing over and over again. Much nicer to experiment with colours, shapes, styles. Life is better with variety. Right then, mascara. Ever since I did that tutorial for you with false eyelashes, I've actually struggled putting eyelashes in. I don't really understand why, but more recently I've just gone, you know what, I'm just going to put on layers and layers and layers of mascara because it's actually easier than gluing on eyelashes. I have not brought down my usual blusher today. I'm going to use one of these colours from the Moondust palette. Let's use Element again, this gorgeous orangey pinky colour. I think that's going to make quite a cool blusher. Maybe a little bit pale, I don't know. Comes up better on the camera than it does in the mirror, which of course means it's going to be very difficult to get even. And now I've got I'll Get Even With You by Megadeth from the Witchblade soundtrack in my head. There you go. You get all sorts of music recommendations on this channel. And not all of them goth. Not even in the slightest. So while we were talking about eyeliner, I did forget to mention one thing, which is, and this might just be a prejudice from the fact that I am a 90s goth, The Crow has been done to death. Practically everyone I know went through the Crow makeup phase and did their makeup like the Crow on more than one occasion, just to go out to the club, not for, you know, Halloween or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's kind of going to make a comeback now that all the 90s things are making a comeback, but I would say if you can avoid it, do. There are so many other things that you can do with your makeup. You don't have to do that whole like clown look, unless you're doing a video for Spellbound, of course. Have you guys seen that yet? I'll put a link to that in the description box below. So I did a video recently with the Alexandria Corvin project band, so just my own solo stuff, and we did a video for my cover of Spellbound by Susie and the Banshees, and it was great fun. But we did the whole like Harlequin makeup, so that did have the, you know, lines through the centre kind of thing. I'm allowed to break my own rules. That's a rule, right? You get to break your own rules. A little bit of Spectre as a highlight. Not this really needs it since everything is so shiny. Oh my goodness me, I look like my cheeks have been foiled. Put some on my nose, why not? For that sun-kissed fairy look. So that does look completely mad, but never mind. Let's move on to lips. I figured since I'm using a really sparkly load of eyeshadows that I would also use, where is it? My gorgeous sparkly dark purple eyeliner this is actually, but it works really, really well for lips as well. This is from Barry M and it's just bold purple and it's such a great colour. This is my, I don't know, maybe third stick of it, and I've got another one upstairs that's completely unopened, and every time I get near the end of it I'll just buy another one because I know that I'm going to use it. So yeah, don't be afraid to overdraw your lips. My real lip shape is so totally different to the lip shape that I end up with. So there we go. Right then, let's see what my fringe is up to. It always goes absolutely mad when I've had it back in a headband for a little while, but it'll settle down and that'll be fine. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my rules for goth makeup do's and don'ts. I think, you know, TLDR really, the only rule is do whatever you like. Do what you like. Wear loads of makeup, wear no makeup, wear some makeup, wear a wig, don't wear a wig, dye your hair, don't dye your hair, shave it off, let it grow really long, do whatever you like, because being a goth actually is really about what's in here. It's got nothing to do with what's going on here at all, you know, or even down here, you know, just do what you like. That's the important thing. That is my top tip. But if you can avoid the Crow makeup, then do that as well. Anyway, you take care, my lovelies, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.